One thing that people need to understand that nobody wants to acknowledge because saying it out loud makes them worry that they'll be judged for being like stupid or whatever. Nobody reads books. Nobody does. The whole book industry is like kept up by whales. Like there's a very small portion of the population that frequently reads a lot of books. The vast majority of people read basically no books at all. So when something gets popular enough that basically everybody ends up reading it, everyone will elevate it massively in terms of its perceived quality, because the average person who read the Harry Potter books hadn't read other books. You know, you're not like, it's not like you're not getting like, it's not like getting compared to like a broader. I don't give a shit if you read books. Why would you think anyone gives a shit? It's not getting compared to some like broader library. Like people aren't going out there and comparing Harry Potter to a, like, you know, what's something Jest? What's that book that I wanted to read like 5 years ago but never did? The Jest book, one of the best books, Infinite Jest. Thank you. You know, they're not out there comparing that shit to House of Leaves or whatever the fuck else good book that you want to compare it to. You know, people, it's like people will like hear that a book is so good that they have to read it, and they'll read it, and it'll be the first book they've read in like 6 years, and it'll be amazing to them because they haven't read anything in ages. You read like a collection of books that you like, and then you reflect on them, or maybe you reread for comfort or something, but I guarantee you that's the case. I've been reading the Witcher books. The Witcher books are pretty good. Does manga count? No. They read fan fiction? Yeah, I guess they read AO3. Do graphic novels count? Absolutely not, no. I played Disco Elysium, that's close. That's true. That's true. What should us writers do? Who cares? This isn't about you. What? Shut up. What is it with you people? It's like a broader thing. Everyone wants to make it a broader thing. Good lord. The fact that barely anyone reads is a fact that you have to accept, okay? Like, sorry. Vaush, not saying you're wrong, but the survey data does not bear this out. Surveys say about half the population reads at least one book a month. Absolute, like, lying. They're probably lying, but still lying. They're all lying. Everyone, this is what I mean. This is the problem that I have with this discourse. People lie. Nobody lies like this about movies. Like, I watch barely any movies, and I can just say that, and people are fine with it. But nobody wants to think that they're, like, dumb or whatever, so people lie about the books they read. You're very anti-book? No, I just acknowledge that most people don't read. This is what I mean. People are worried that they're going to get made fun of for pointing out that nobody fucking reads. Because then chat fills up with a bunch of people who have read one book in the past 3 years, going like, what do you mean you don't read? You're saying people don't read? Everyone reads. And then like, it's a worthless conversation. Most of the people in chat who just said they read, by the way, haven't read anything new in the past 8 months. Guarantee it. Easiest call of my life. You read like a collection of books that you like, and then you reflect on them, or maybe you reread for comfort or something, but I guarantee you that's the case. I think that like belief that you have to read or be dumb, not only is it literally ableist, by the way, and I mean that, I'm not being facetious. Not only is it literally ableist, but it also leads to a really inaccurate like outside assessment of what's going on in like books, you know, like books and reading and the literary community in general, because it leads people to misrepresent like data or lie about what they like, or they'll pretend they like some stuff but not actually buy it, and it can, you know, leads to a fucking, seems like for the most part the money is in like stupid self-help books, diet books, and like fan fiction. I don't know, dog. I've already read 4 books in 2024. Nobody cares. Why? This is what I mean. Why? When I say people only watch movies X often, nobody in chat runs up to prove like, oh, I've watched this many movies. Why do you think I care? I'm not judging you, and you're not smarter for having read or not read any books. This is what I mean. Everyone in chat's like racing to the front, like, no, I read. I don't care. Great. That's great. This strikes me as Vaush having insecurity. How? I don't... Is that bait? Reading as opposed to watching TV or playing games is better for your brain, especially when you're young. Well, you do want to teach literacy. So I should never read books and watch movies instead? Yes. Do you have any favorite books? I don't read that often. Pound for pound, you know, as much of a meme book as it is that no one's actually fucking read or given a shit about, 1984 is probably the book I've actually read the most, because I feel like that it actually is quite a good book. I really want to finish House of Leaves. Apart from that, I don't have the attention span to sit down and read that much. I don't. I try to. I want to. There are lots of, like, complex or difficult pieces of media that I like sitting down for, but reading is tough for me. It's only gotten worse with time, even with the Adderall. Does not read a lot. This explains so much. I know you're baiting, but that's exactly what I mean. The tankies will latch onto... None of this is new! I've been saying I'm not much of a reader for 5 years now. People email me, asking me for book recommendations, and I tell them that I don't read. Can you engage with the argument? What argument? Who's arguing with me? That because reading is slow, it requires more careful absorption than other real-time media, i.e. you need to understand what you read, and that forces you to think more carefully about the content? Well, yeah, I already said that. I said that, like, reading is a less accessible medium. You have to go through it yourself, word by word. It doesn't just happen at you, the way movies, television, music, or whatever else do. The speed at which you run through book is like how quickly you process the word. Like that's on your brain, you know. I do think it'd be good for people to engage more with that, including myself. It's just, you know, it's difficult.